like this. It's so easy, just tap to pay. Thanks, Saquon. That's cool. 1835. Hey, how do you do that card thingy again? It's like a wrist move? You just tap to pay. Thanks, bro. Hey, how do you do that tap thing? I'm not falling for that again. Falling for what? Oh, showing how I tap to pay with my Visa. Thanks, bro.
Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys have been doing well. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about contactless credit cards, what they are. We're going to be talking about the benefits and how you guys can get them as well. Now, I believe this is the future of credit cards, and I really want to touch upon this and have this video out on my channel because I want to be the guy that says, yeah, I called it. Say you're buying grocery goods at the Whole Foods store. You literally put the credit card there, and you're done. Okay, that does it. You don't have to worry about inserting it into the machine. You don't have to worry about swiping it and re-swiping.
Debit or credit?
You literally just tap it and go. But this technology isn't new. It actually has been around for a while. And if you guys have ever taken the metro in the DMV area, they use those smart metro cards, and that actually you just tap it and go. I was in New York City. I don't think New York City used it, if I can remember. I think we just had like those paper scanny cards. And you guys know, if you don't scan it once properly, or if you miss the swipe, then you're just jamming everyone up, and it's a whole cluster of people going through. And it was just an annoying time. In DC, you literally just tap it and go, and it makes the process very efficient, and that's what credit card companies are trying to adapt as well. Just having an efficient checkout process, because say you're trying to get coffee on your 9 a.m. commute to work or whatever you guys are doing, you don't want to be stuck behind in a line where people are trying to put in their metal credit cards and get stuck in the machine, or you're not swiping, or you have to put in your PIN code, or you have to put in your signature. It just takes up too much time for not just the vendor, but also the consumer as well. So I feel like contactless credit cards are one of the best and alternative ways to just kind of be more efficient in terms of just getting your things and going. Now, if you just put your credit card on the machine, you're literally ready to go. That's it. That's all it takes. Now, I was actually in New York City, and I got jammed up in there because they didn't have those contactless credit cards, aka the Nfc Technology cards for the metro, so I literally had to swipe this little paper thing. It didn't go through the first time, and I had a 50-pound luggage bag. I got stuck in the damn gate. This big-ass fat white lady was pushing me from behind, cussing at me, telling me I need to go, and after that moment, I hated everything about the New York City metro, because even once I walked down there, guys, I don't understand New York City. Like, how the hell is everyone and their little kid gonna be rocking them goose jackets that are $2,000 or $1,000, but y'all can't even have a decent metro? That's my 2 cents on it. Like, I had no hate for New York. I love New York, but I just don't understand the culture. I don't understand why the metro system is so crappy. I just don't understand. It cannot be a money issue when, you know, a good majority of New York rent is expensive. It's expensive to live in New York. It's expensive to just live there and have real estate there. I don't get how you guys have the shittiest metro stations in the world. And I would have gladly taken an Uber, but the Uber was $90 to get from one side to the other side. Now, what is inside of these contactless credit cards and how does it operate? So basically, these credit cards use something called Nfc Technology, and in other words, that's near field communications, and that's exactly what it sounds like. If it's near something, you literally tap it, and as soon as it emits that signal, transaction's about to go through. And what's inside of those credit cards are 2 things. So you have the chip itself, which is kind of like the code, your personal code to it. And another thing is the radio frequency antenna. So with these 2 inside of the card, you're actually able to just tap and go and do as you please. This technology, like I said, has been around for a while. It's nothing new, but a lot of credit card companies are starting to adapt this. Now, why is this so useful? How does this even affect us? Does this benefit us? Is it important? Well, I believe yes, yes, yes. It's important, it benefits us, it's useful, okay? And the reason why is because efficiency. Efficiency is like a huge thing in this modern world. We're all moving fast. We all got do. We're all busy, and the last thing you want to do is just be stuck in a machine waiting for your chip to go through and swiping and not having the swipe work. It's just annoying for everyone. I believe this is the future of technology where you can just tap and go, and I feel like that's like the next level flex right now. I just mentioned the story I had at the New York Metro. That's kind of an example of what I'm talking about. I'm in a rush to get on the Metro. I don't want to miss anything. The last thing I want to worry about is having a little paper card not being able to swipe through. I want to be able to just tap a card or tap my phone and go. And actually, a lot of international countries like Japan, Korea, even other countries in Europe have adapted this. I think the US is just a little bit behind. Some of our counties and some of our states are adapting this as well, but we aren't as developed with this technology as other countries are. But when it comes to credit cards, we are slowly actually adapting this as well. And according to the New York Times, We are supposed to have half of all credit cards and debit cards with this technology by the end of the decade. The normal way for us to actually pay is 3 other ways. We have our Apple Wallet, which is fairly new too, and not a lot of retail stores have integrated this yet, but it is growing and it is rising. And it's the other 2 old school fashioned ways, which is, it's called the mag stripe or the magnetic stripe, and that's just swiping it like this and putting in your PIN or your signature, or putting in the chip. Both of those ways aren't the best right now, especially for the times we live in. And there's a few reasons behind that. One of them is security. So if you guys have ever seen or heard about the ATM skimmer machines, or even at the gas station pumps, a lot of hackers are actually going to put machines that read your credit card number, and they're able to get all the information out of it. This is worse than RFID, and I'm going to be talking about that a little bit more into the video, but basically what you need to know is this. So I actually took something called the Citizens Academy back around in my area, and it's kind of like the wannabe version of the police academy back a few years ago. And what I learned from that class was the area I lived in, which is Montgomery County, we actually get hit pretty hard with some of these scammers and some of these people. And I remember they told me, this was on the news a lot too, like a lot of people from Russia and a lot of people from Ukraine, they like to come to this area and put these skimming machines, and what they do is sit in their car with their Bluetooth on, and they can actually get everyone's information of those credit cards and send it right over there and fly back out to their country and have everyone's identity. So this has actually affected my family too. So my mom actually had her credit card information stolen, and she believes it was a gas pump, because for that credit card she literally only used it for gas. And it's actually a very common problem around my area. I don't know how it is across the entire United States, but it is an issue because it's so easy to steal people's information this way. What I do is I always shake the damn machines and making sure there isn't an actual cover over it. Come on, man. If you guys go on YouTube or Google, you guys can actually see some of the tools that they use. It literally is like a cover that they put on top of these ATM machines. Whenever I go to a place in an area that I'm not too sure about, I always just double check. They say, and they actually recommend you to actually try and shake the ATM holder, and if you pop off like an antenna or like another piece to it, you'll know that people are actually scamming people. People are actually taking people's information, and it's also a great way to just help other people out and just to help yourself out, just being safe with that. Now, I know a lot of people might be thinking, yo, are you sure like contactless, come on, are you sure contactless credit cards are safe? Like, if you're able to just tap and go, aren't you able to easily just take everyone's information too? Say you're in New York City again, and say you're just chilling in an area where everyone's walking past you. Can't someone just skim everyone's information from the credit cards because it's all just tap and go? That's what I thought, and you guys might actually see a lot of this type of advertising. This is kind of what I did with my old business back in the day, but I used to sell RFID wallets, and it's actually a marketing technique. If you guys don't know, the whole RFID protection thing, it's a big sham, okay? It's not actually an issue. It doesn't happen that often, and it's just a big marketing way for people to actually sell more wallets by saying it's RFID protect. It does protect you, yes, it does do that. Contrary to popular belief, RFID skimming doesn't happen. It's just the media is just trying to tell you and make you, I don't know why, for drama, maybe for more sales with the wallet companies, but it really doesn't happen too often. And the reason why is you can't just have one person just walking around with like a little radar thinking he's gonna get everyone's cards. It doesn't work like that. You need 2 people for this to actually work, and I had to do a lot of research figuring out how this type of crime actually happens, and this is what I learned. Basically, RFID payments are actually time sensitive, meaning if you scan someone's card, you only have a certain amount of time. They say it's around 10 minutes for that payment to actually go through, and on top of that, it's really difficult to do that. So say I'm going out to New York City where it's a crowded area and I'm able to get someone's information. I'm gonna need an accomplice somewhere else, and I'm gonna have to have a payment processor in the middle with all my information as well. Once I scan that, it goes to the payment processor. Someone with a dummy card can actually have some of the currency on there, but if it's more than $30 or $40, then it's gonna trigger some sort of flag. So what I've learned basically, you guys, this is very difficult to pull off. It doesn't happen that often because it's a lot easier for you to just buy a skimmer, put it on ATM, and just collect the information that way. You don't have to risk putting yourself out there. You don't have to risk getting a payment provider. And they say most of the time, if the currency or the transaction is at least $40 or $30, like, it's not even gonna go through because it's gonna get flagged and the victim's gonna find out about it too. So these type of crimes, I would say is like a false flag crime. It just doesn't happen that often. You guys can do your own research and look at the statistics of how often this occurs, but from what I found, it doesn't happen that often. All right, so the question might be, so how can I get one of these NFC cards? It sounds pretty cool. Can I get one? Who has them? So the simple answer is yes, you can get one. And it's actually pretty simple to get one. So if you're someone with a lot of credit cards, most likely one of your credit cards already has one. So if you guys, for example, carry the American Express Gold Card, this is gonna have that technology on it. If you look for that little Wi-Fi symbol on the card, it's gonna have it. All right, this is me covering my information with the book, but there is a little Wi-Fi symbol right there. That means it is contactless approved. It has the NFC, and another way to find out is to see if it's on the front, which is right there. This card has it. So with my Chase Freedom card right here, if the camera zooms in, this is the normal Chase Freedom card. You can see where the font is right there. This is my older card. There's no RFID technology on this, but there's actually a new improved card of this, and it is this one. So you can see they actually moved the font up a little bit over here, but most importantly, they added that RFID technology, and you guys can tell by this little Wi-Fi connecting looking symbol. This one does not have the symbol, as you can see. This one does. So the question is, what cards do have it? How did I even get this? So I literally just added myself as an authorized user on this card and got it, but that's not the way I would recommend you guys to do it. You can just call up Chase and ask them for a contactless card, or you can go through the website and there's actually a little secret tab on there, which I'm going to be sharing you guys. So which credit cards have NFC technology? Let's start with the biggest credit card providers. I'll start with American Express, and then Chase, and then Capital One and Discover. So with American Express, a majority of their cards have this technology.
Using your contactless American Express card is speedy, simple, and secure. Whenever you're out shopping, you can pay with a simple tap when you see the contactless symbol. Just tap your card on the reader and the payment will be authorized without your card leaving your hand.
Some of their older cards will not have it yet, but you can actually go in a secret tab, and I'll put it right here. You guys can go on a secret tab and request one, and a lot of people don't know about this feature, but this is how you get that contactless card. Chase has a good selection so far on these cards as well, and this is very, very new. This just came out recently because I just got a new Chase Sapphire Preferred Authorized User card, and that one still doesn't have the technology, but when I checked on the website today, you're actually able to get the NFC technology on your card as well. And for you to do that with Chase, you just hit them up and let them know, hey, I'm looking to get the NFC version of this card. So the ones with Chase, it's not all their cards. I know none of their business cards right now have it, but the Chase Freedom, the Chase Freedom Unlimited, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and the Reserve, as well as all their airline cards and the World of Hyatt card, and even like their Starbucks card, those have the technology right now. Capital One is another credit card company that only has it on a select amount of cards. It's not on all of them. The ones that they do have it on is the Venture, the Quicksilver, and the Saver. Now, one credit card company that we all love, Discover, actually does not have this technology on them. I don't know when they're planning to adapt, if they're going to adapt to this and add it to their cards, but for now, Discover does not have this on any of their cards. Also, I didn't know this, you guys, but Discover, guys, look how fresh these cards are. Look at that pug with the glasses. You can order unlimited cards from Discover. I'm not going to show you the backside, but they all have such cool designs on them. If they were metal, man, that would be insane. That would be next level. But Discover, this is another tip. If you guys want to flex on your homies, go get more cards. They have free designs, and who doesn't love a little Siberian Alaskan Husky, a little boat photo, and the freaking pug with the sunglasses? Man, this is revolutionary stuff. So go on Discover and ask for some authorized users. They don't have NFC technology, but they do have a lot of cool designs. Now here are some tips that you guys need to know if you're planning on getting some NFC cards. Make sure you monitor your credit cards as often as you possibly can. I'm not gonna lie, I don't check my statement that often, but what I do with my cards is I actually turn on notifications and I add it to my wallet, and if they have a Facebook Messenger app available, I sign up for that too. So for an example, that would be with American Express. Every time I use my gold card, I get 3 different notifications on my phone. Why you say 3? I don't know, I just have 3 right now. One of them is a Facebook Messenger telling me I spent this much money at some sort of location. I get a wallet update, and I also get the American Express notification. So those 3 notifications tell me whether or not my card's been used. If someone were to steal my identity, I would know in an instant. I could just call American Express during that time. There are other credit card companies that offer similar features to this, so I would recommend you guys to enable this on your phone. Whenever you do a purchase or something on your card, make sure you get that notification for it. You don't want people to steal your information and not know about it. If you are a high-profile individual, it's hard to keep track of everything. You don't want that to happen. So every time a transaction happens on any of my accounts, I get a notification on my phone, you guys can turn that on as well. We've talked a lot about the benefits of NFC, how it's just efficient, how it's quick, and how you guys can also get it too. But is this being accepted? Where is it being accepted? Like, can I actually even use it? Is it viable to me? And the answer is yes. If you go to a lot of major retailers, a lot of people and a lot of higher end chains are actually adopting this feature right now. If you go to a small business or like a small Asian store, 99% chance they're probably not going to have it, and you can just swipe it instead. But if you guys go to some major chains, for example McDonald's, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Aldi's, Walgreens, Starbucks, those are just a few examples that all carry that NFID technology. I keep saying NFID, that NFC technology. So how can you tell if a store actually has this technology available? You don't want to be, you don't want to pull out your credit cards and just stand there just trying to put it in and nothing's happening. You don't want to look like a fool flapping their wings. So to tell, you guys actually look at the cashier little thingy where you insert your card. They're going to have that Wi-Fi symbol on the top, and usually it's like a little plate like this, and you just pop it on there, tap it once, and you're ready to go. Alright guys, so the question might be, are contactless? Contactless.
Should be personal contactless.
Alright guys, are contactless cards the future? And in my opinion, hell yes, they are the future. I believe 3 factors are going to come into making a credit card as cool as possible, making it hype and flex. If I have any credit card companies watching this video and you're part of the marketing or development team, take notes. 3 things that a credit card needs. It needs to be vertical, okay? We've adopted the horizontal design our whole life. I'm noticing a trend in vertical cards where the design is actually straightforward. Another thing, it has to be metal. And then on top of that, it needs that NFC technology so you can just tap it and go. I believe if a credit card is able to add those 3 features to it, you're gonna see more sales than if it was plastic and horizontal and it was just regular. That's just my 2 cents on it. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with that. So guys, what is my favorite contactless credit cards? What would I recommend you guys to get? It would definitely be the American Express Gold card and the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. If you guys have not yet gotten one of those cards, make sure you check out the link in the descriptions for a referral. They're continuing to reduce sign-up bonuses for some of these cards, so if you guys haven't acted on it, I would soon before it keeps going down. Now guys, I said earlier in the video, we live in a fast-paced world, and that is true. Everything is just moving faster and technology is continuing to grow, so I see a huge future in contactless credit cards. If you're a coffee shop or you're trying to start your own business and you're in the brick and mortar space or you're in the retail area, I would highly recommend you to actually get one of those contactless cards features that you can actually use those cards in the store. Not only will that speed it up for the consumer, but it'll speed it up for the merchant as well. That's about the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys learned something new. If you guys haven't had a chance yet, make sure you join our Facebook group down below. This is a community where you talk about travel hacks and credit card hacks and just everything you need to know. If you guys haven't joined it, make sure you do. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a good one. Now guys, go. Shit, look how sweaty my damn. Alright guys, go and get your contactless credit cards now. Open up that desktop window, go get them now. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, Jungie Nation.